wezengayo ukupana umamhlawuli unama politika khona lapha bonke nabantwana siyanemukela manje ke njengoba sinemukela nje ke sibawa konke ukuthi kambe kahle nihlonipho kakhulu ebantwaneni abantwana leziphatheni kuhle khulu ngiyini esifuna ukuthi ningene endleleni eziphathwe kuhle njengoba nilaphandle nikahle anifani nalaba bangaphandle basesitradeni sijabule kakhulu umbuso nakunje ukuthi nigcwale nibe khona ngoba niphephe entweni eziningi konyawo nakubani manje ngalawo magama ke umbuso waseSouthern ujabulile ume nathi siyanithandazisa nathi konke nikwenza kube impumelelo kuthi ukuthi ke noma mhlambe sisakuvala sikhamba noma mhlawumbe sihlukana bakhamba baza kuhamba kamnandi kunengozi endleleni bakhambe ngomoya kazini.
Okay, today we're launching Chommy, which is one of our behavioral change program targeted to 10 to 14-year-olds. This program is intended to actually ensure that we are able to give support to our children at a very early age, because we realized that we had the program YOLO, where we realized that when we start at 16, the children have already, they are already pregnant, they are already tasted alcohol, they are already on drugs, they come from difficult circumstances, difficult families. So we then decided that let's develop Young YOLO. But we needed to find a suitable name. And we said, well, Chommy, represents all of us.
Re launcha Chommy. Re bontsha botlhokwa ba tsala. Re batla gore le nne le ditsala tse di tlileng go le tsaya tsia. Ditsala tse di tlileng go le tlhompha. Tsala e ka se go iseng bojalweng. Tsala e ka se go iseng di-drugseng. Tsala e go eleletsang tse dintle fela.
And we then decided that Chommy will not just be a program that brings children together, but it's also a program that we want to use to take back our streets. We want our children to leave the couch. We want our children to leave the PlayStation and to go outside and play. So in a nutshell, we want our streets back. We want our children to play indigenous games, but what we've added is that the games, each game is attached to a hashtag that affirms the child. So if the child plays Diketo, the child knows that I need to take out a stone that represents who I am and what I want, and at the end they can discuss whichever the stones, and if they play snakes and ladders, they will get information around alcohol, the dangers of it, and how they can prevent kilidimo. It's all about, the fears that the children have and the obstacles that they meet along the way. You've got hopscotch that reminds the children that life it's a strategy. They need to think strategically and plan their next move. Then we've got like listening to the voices, hearing the voices, which is, the world. Children are educated by different things, from the television to the radio. So now we are teaching the children how to listen to the right voice. Amongst the many voices that you will hear in your life, how do you choose the right voice that's going to assist you to get to where you are going to get? And we're also making sure that this program is anchored on our ROCK program, which is our partnership with the National House of Traditional Leaders. So this one will be headed by the spouses, where we are placing back the responsibility to them that they are not only the mothers of their own children, but they are the mothers of the children in the whole village. They are the fathers of the children in the whole village. And if anything happens to the child where they govern, us as a department, we will ask them first. So it forces them to know what is happening in the village. But the other part is also that we need to reinstill the sense of safety and create safe streets and safe communities for our children, so that these indigenous games are able to work. That is what Chommy is about. It's about making sure that we catch children and help them to be strategic as they navigate through the realities of their lives. We rebuilding the village. The wording that said it takes a village to raise a child, we are actually now literally rebuilding the village. So we're gonna have all of the Chommys. We launched Chommy today. Chommy will be on a road show. Bokamuso and Tsako and Nkanyezi are going to go on a road show to launch all the Chommys in the provinces, so that the districts, the local, the ward and the street Chommys can be launched. We want to reach every child, those in and out of school. This is an after school program, so we are not going to integrate it into the school, because our challenges happens between when the child comes back from school and when the parents come back from work. So Chommy is going to close that gap, where the children will go where they are able to go and play the different games. But also we're going to host indigenous games competitions linked to Chommy. We're going to host different aspects of the, what makes you a child, and we're going to implement it in different levels up until we know that we can secure South Africa's future. We will have children that won't be on drugs, that will be HIV free, that won't abuse alcohol, that will not be men that kills women, and that won't be teenage mothers or fathers. And that way, the wish and our aspirations as South Africans, by that we want an AIDS-free generation by 2030, a gender-based violence society by 2030, in accordance with our National Development Plan, becomes a reality.
We work in partnership with DSD, and we developed a program called Chommy. This is a very exciting program, and it was very exciting for us working on this program with DSD, because what we were essentially doing was coming up with a program for 10 to 14-year-olds that looks at young people in terms of their growth, their development, looks at how they develop as young people from their own bodies, how they look, taking care of their bodies, taking care of their minds, understanding who they are, and therefore when they understand who they are, they therefore need to know what they want out of life after understanding who they are. So the program looked at that. It first looked at the inner, and then from the inner understand what you want and how your dreams come from who you are, and how who you are shapes what you want out of life.
I came in because of the Tsala Children's Children Project. The Tsala Children's Children Project is an organization of children. It began in 2013 by an 8-year-old child. So we are here today because we are to launch the important program Chommy as part of the program of social development to empower young children to become the best version of themselves. And I learned a lot of things. I learned to be myself, to stand out, to be who I am, irrespective of what people label on me.
So what we did, when all is said and done, we were at a farm, we were planting the seed. What is left, we're gonna water it so that we know come 2030, we can harvest, and we know our future as a country is secured, and our children who will become young people and join YOLO, because when you have participated in Chommy, you are going to automatically go into YOLO as the Department of Social Development walks the journey with you and navigates with you the challenges along the way, so that you come out on the other side with your big, invisible, imaginable dreams still in your hands, still in your head, but just real, not imaginary anymore.